guys and got to replace them. So that's helping us a little bit. The linebacker, obviously, Jay, Nick, and Fish, you know, them guys are very experienced at the second level. But when you see a guy like Harold or Shire, he's coming around a little bit. Rex Roth is doing a good job. So we're building some more depth there, and it's kind of nice to see that. And obviously on the back end, the third level, you know, you have Castro that had a really productive year last year. Quinn Schulte is solid, you know, guy on there, but we need some other guys to step up. I think Xavier has improved a little bit, so everybody's moving forward in that little group. But the surprising thing, are some young guys like John Nestor has really came out and been playing well. I like the way he's playing. Obviously, Deshaun Lee's getting a lot of work, and TJ Hall. But the guy probably maybe the surprise a little bit, not maybe a surprise for us, but Lutmer's really done. Zach Lutmer has really improved at the safety position. He's made a lot of good plays, and he's moving forward there. So with all that, just went over the, you know, where I think guys are going and where we're adding guys to help us out for next year. Obviously, we have 8 guys returning, but that doesn't mean anything going into next season.
Scott.
Hi, Phil. Scott Doctor for The Athletic. I wanted to ask you about the defensive line. That is the correlation between Iowa's success defensively has come in a lot of cases because you've had a lot of good depth and you've been able to rotate guys. Where are guys, say, 6 through 9 on that unit? Are they as far along as you need them to be or want them to be? Or how far do they need to be before you feel like going into the fall you can throw 8 guys out there to get a game?
I think we're getting a lot closer to that point. There's some guys over there that's taking some strides, and you look at them, and you know, you look at Pittman. Let's say last year, you know, he was a guy just trying to figure out, you know, where to be on the field a little bit. But there's some things out there that he's stepped up his game a little bit, and I think obviously he's done a good job. Llewellyn, like I said, I think he's improved it now. You know, are we too deep all the way across? Can we find another guy over there? I think we have some other guys, you know, Gaffney, or you got Hubert. These 2 guys have been grinding in there, and I think they do a good job, both, especially when they're both in there together. I think, you know, so we'll find another guy. Maybe it might be 2 or 3 guys adding to that 8th guy, but we'll have another guy.
I feel John Steppe, Cedar Rapids, is that when you have, if I'm doing my math right, 8 returning starters, allowed 50 or 60 year guys, how do you kind of balance giving them their time and maybe setting aside some time for some more developmental guys to get maybe some time with the ones?
You know, at the beginning of practice, you know, we kind of told some of these guys that we're going to make sure that we cut the reps out because we needed some other guys to step up a little bit, and I think they've been pretty good. But after a while, after first or second practice, you know, these guys are standing on the sideline, and you know, they jump in there when they're not supposed to be in there, and or at least I didn't think they were supposed to be in there. But you know, so I think it's good, and it shows a little bit of development, leadership for them guys. You know, it's hard to go out there and not practice for a little bit, and then sit here and jump into a, you know, game situation. And so I think they've been, you know, they want to keep fresh too. They don't want to get rusty, which is a good sign.
Hey, Phil. Elliot Club Rivals. You mentioned Zach Lutmer being, I guess, kind of a surprise for you, maybe more surprise for us than for you. But I guess, in what ways has he shined to you this time?
Well, the opportunities when you put him out there, and I see him move around. Obviously, he has great skill set and movement-wise, but you know, his reaction and how he falls into some plays that he's made, that you sit there and say that's pretty impressive. You know, that he's, you know, he might be chasing a guy and how hard and his effort and his commitment to trying to be better. And I've been flipping him around between, you know, free safety, strong safety, and cash. I think he can play all positions. So, you know, to get that's rare to do. It's hard to find those guys. And I think he's just showing a little bit, and he still needs to grow. He still needs to mature and be a little bit more vocal. You know, being a young guy coming in and trying to control the back end is not easy. You're the one that has to be confident, and I think he's gaining confidence by the day.
Adam Jacoby, Rivals. Wanted to ask, obviously this is not your first off-season losing seniors and all that, but how do you replace the leadership that you lose from somebody like a Joe Evans on that defensive line? Are you looking for a new leader or seeing somebody step up, or what's that process like from your perspective?
Well, you know, losing Joe, which was obviously a great leader. Logan Lee, I think, is another guy that's leadership over there that was going to do it. But that's the whole growing up aspect of some of the other guys that are coming up. You look at Aaron Graves, might not have been the top leader last year in that group, but now you start seeing him come. The better he's playing,